The history of Japan is filled with tales of brave warriors. Among them are the Onna-Bugeisha. These women warriors fought alongside the samurai. They were skilled in combat and dedicated to their clans. The Onna-Bugeisha were a vital part of Japanese society. Their stories continue to inspire people today. The Onna-Bugeisha were not afraid of battle. They trained hard and mastered many weapons. Their courage and skill in combat were renowned. These women were not just wives or daughters of samurai, they were warriors in their own right. The Onna-Bugeisha played important roles in Japanese history. They defended their homes and families. Some even rose to positions of leadership. Their stories are a testament to the strength and resilience of women in Japan. The origins of the Onna-Bugeisha can be traced back to ancient Japan. One of the earliest examples is Empress Jingu. She was a powerful ruler in the 4th century. Legend has it that Empress Jingu led an invasion of Korea while pregnant. Empress Jingu's story is a testament to the early presence of women warriors in Japan. It shows that women were capable of leadership and military prowess. Her bravery and determination set an example for future generations of Onna-Bugeisha. The story of Empress Jingu is likely a mix of fact and fiction. However, it highlights the important role of women in early Japanese society. Women were not confined to the home. They could be rulers, warriors, and leaders. During the Kamakura period, from 1185 to 1333, the samurai class became very important. Women began training alongside men in large numbers. This led to the rise of the Onna-Bugeisha. The term Onna-Bugeisha means female martial artist or female martial warrior. The Onna-Bugeisha were trained in various weapons and fighting styles. They learned to use swords, spears, and bows and arrows. However, their primary weapon was the naginata. The naginata was a versatile polearm. It had a curved blade at the end. The naginata was ideal for women warriors. It provided balance and reach. This allowed them to fight effectively against larger opponents. The Onna-Bugeisha were expected to be disciplined and courageous. They were trained to fight for their families and their clans. Their skills were essential in defending their homes and lands. One of the most famous Onna-Bugeisha was Tomoe Gozen. She lived during the Genpei War, from 1180 to 1185. Tomoe Gozen was known for her incredible skills in battle. She was also a brilliant strategist. Tomoe Gozen fought for the Minamoto clan. She was a valuable asset to their army. Her courage and leadership inspired her fellow warriors. Tomoe Gozen was a skilled horse rider and archer. She was also a master of the sword and the naginata. In one famous battle, Tomoe Gozen rode through the enemy ranks. She captured the flag of a powerful enemy warrior. This act of bravery shocked her enemies and inspired her allies. Tomoe Gozen's name became a legend throughout Japan. Nakano Takeko, courage under fire. Another notable Onna-Bugeisha was Nakano Takeko. She lived during the Boshin War, which took place from 1868 to 1869. This war was a time of great change and upheaval in Japan. Nakano Takeko fought for the Aizu domain, who were loyal to the shogunate. Nakano Takeko was a skilled naginata instructor. When the war broke out, she formed a unit of female warriors. They were known as the Joshitai. The Joshitai fought bravely against the imperial forces. Nakano Takeko and her unit defended their position with great courage. However, they were outnumbered and outgunned. Nakano Takeko was shot in the chest during the battle. Rather than be captured, she asked her sister to behead her. The Onna-Bugeisha in Japanese society. The Onna-Bugeisha were an important part of Japanese society. These female warriors were trained in the same martial arts and combat techniques as their male counterparts, and they played a crucial role in the defense of their homes and communities. They were not just warriors. The Onna-Bugeisha were also skilled in various forms of art and culture, embodying the ideal of the well-rounded individual. They were also wives, mothers, and daughters. Balancing their roles as fierce warriors and nurturing family members, they exemplified the duality of strength and compassion. They were expected to be skilled in both martial arts and domestic duties. This dual expectation made them unique, as they had to master the art of war while also excelling in household management. The Onna-Bugeisha were respected for their courage and skill. Their bravery in battle was legendary, and their stories have been passed down through generations as symbols of female empowerment. They were seen as protectors of their families and their communities. In times of conflict, they stood as the last line of defense, ensuring the safety of their loved ones. Their presence challenged the traditional roles of women in Japanese society. By stepping into roles typically reserved for men, they paved the way for future generations of women to break free from societal constraints. The Onna-Bugeisha belonged to the Bushi class. This class was known for its strict code of honor and discipline, which the Onna-Bugeisha upheld with pride. This was the noble warrior class. The Bushi were the elite warriors of Japan, and the Onna-Bugeisha were among their ranks, demonstrating that valor and skill were not confined to gender. The Bushi class predated the term samurai. Before the samurai became the dominant warrior class, the Bushi were the protectors of the land, and the Onna-Bugeisha were integral to this early warrior culture. The Onna-Bugeisha were an integral part of this warrior culture. Their inclusion in the Bushi class highlighted the importance of their contributions to the defense and stability of their society. During the Sengoku period from 1467 to 1603, there was a lot of warfare. This era of constant conflict required every able-bodied person to be prepared for battle, including women. Women were often called upon to defend their homes and families. The Onna-Bugeisha rose to the occasion, proving their mettle in numerous battles and skirmishes. This led to an increase in the number of Onna-Bugeisha. As the need for skilled warriors grew, more women took up arms, ensuring that their legacy would endure through the ages. Shifting tides, the Edo period. The Edo period, which lasted from 1603 to 1868, was a time of peace and stability in Japan. This era, also known as the Tokugawa period, was marked by the rule of the Tokugawa shogunate, which brought about a centralized feudal government. The shogunate's policies promoted economic growth, strict social order, and isolation from foreign influence, which allowed Japan to develop a unique and rich culture. As a result, the role of the Onna-Bugeisha, the female warriors, began to change. These women, who were once trained in the art of war, found their roles evolving in a society that was increasingly valuing peace and stability over conflict. With less need for warriors, many women were relegated to more traditional roles. They became more involved in household duties, child-rearing, and supporting their families in domestic settings. The societal expectations shifted, and the skills of the Onna-Bugeisha were often seen as less necessary in everyday life. The rise of Neo-Confucianism also influenced the role of women. This philosophy, which became the dominant ideology during the Edo period, emphasized a hierarchical social order and the importance of family and community. Neo-Confucianism teachings stressed female domesticity and obedience, reinforcing the idea that a woman's place was in the home. Women were encouraged to be loyal, modest, and to uphold the family's honor through their behavior and actions. As a result, many Onna-Bugeisha were discouraged from practicing martial arts. The once revered skills of these female warriors were now seen as less relevant, and their training spaces often fell into disuse. Despite these societal shifts, some women continued to challenge traditional roles. They practiced martial arts in secret, preserving their skills and passing them down to future generations. These women found ways to balance their traditional duties with their warrior heritage. One such woman was Hojo Masako. Although she lived before the Edo period, her legacy continued to inspire women during this time. She was a powerful political figure in the early 13th century, known for her leadership and influence. As the wife of Minamoto no Yoritomo, the first shogun of the Kamakura shogunate, she played a crucial role in the political landscape of her time. Hojo Masako used her influence to protect the rights of women. She was a staunch advocate for women's rights and worked tirelessly to ensure that women had a voice in matters of inheritance, finance, and child custody. Hojo Masako advocated for women's rights in inheritance, finance, and child custody. Her efforts ensured that women could maintain some degree of autonomy and influence within their families and communities. She proved that women could be powerful figures even in times of peace. Her leadership and advocacy demonstrated that women could contribute significantly to society beyond their traditional roles. Her story is a reminder that the Onna-Bugeisha were not just warriors. They were also influential members of society, capable of leadership and change. They were also influential members of society. The Edo period, with its complex social dynamics and evolving roles for women, highlights the resilience and adaptability of the Onna-Bugeisha. Their legacy continues to inspire and remind us of the multifaceted roles women have played throughout history. A lasting legacy. The Meiji Restoration, which took place from 1868 to 1912, marked a significant turning point in Japanese history. This period was characterized by a series of political, social, and economic changes that transformed Japan from a feudal society into a modern industrial state. Japan began to modernize rapidly, embracing Western technologies and ideas. The country saw the construction of railways, telegraph lines and modern factories which contributed to its rapid urbanization and industrial growth. This modernization led to a decline in traditional warrior roles, as the samurai class was gradually disbanded and their privileges were abolished. Many samurai had to adapt to new roles in the changing society. The Onna-Bugeisha, the female warriors of Japan, were no exception to this decline. These women, who had once fought alongside their male counterparts, found their roles diminishing in the new era. Despite their decline, the Onna-Bugeisha left a lasting legacy. Their stories of bravery, skill, and resilience have been passed down through generations, inspiring countless individuals. Their stories continue to inspire people around the world. From children listening to tales of their heroism to scholars studying their impact, the Onna-Bugeisha remain a symbol of strength and determination. They are remembered for their courage, skill, and determination. These women defied societal norms and proved that strength and bravery are not confined to any one gender. The Onna-Bugeisha challenge our perceptions of what it means to be a warrior. Their legacy encourages us to rethink traditional gender roles and recognize the contributions of women in all aspects of life. They remind us that strength and courage are not limited by gender. The Onna-Bugeisha's stories serve as powerful examples of how women have always been capable of great feats of bravery and skill. Their stories continue to empower women today. Modern women draw inspiration from the Onna-Bugeisha, finding strength in their legacy and using it to overcome their own challenges. The legacy of the Onna-Bugeisha can be seen in modern Japanese culture. From martial arts practices like kendo to traditional festivals, their influence is woven into the fabric of contemporary society. From martial arts to popular culture, their influence is undeniable. The Onna-Bugeisha have inspired countless works of art, literature, and media, ensuring that their stories continue to be told and celebrated. Their stories serve as a reminder of the important role women have played throughout Japanese history. The Onna-Bugeisha's legacy is a testament to the enduring power of courage, skill, and determination, transcending time and continuing to inspire future generations. The Onna-Bugeisha were more than just female samurai. They were symbols of strength, courage, and dedication. They fought alongside men, defended their homes, and challenged societal norms. The Onna-Bugeisha's stories are an important part of Japanese history. They remind us that women have always been capable of great things. Their legacy continues to inspire people around the world. The Onna-Bugeisha may be gone, but they will never be forgotten.